Our team coverage continues with an update from city officials on area flooding. Our Dennis Ting joining us live now. Dennis, what are officials saying about the status of all this flooding?
Well, Kayla, before we get to what the officials say, take a look at this. This river is just continuing to get closer and closer to land, and officials say they're preparing for the river to come up even more. Again, I think Jared mentioned earlier, this could come up about 1.5 feet by tomorrow. And crews have been busy working around the clock as Kentuckiana deals with flooding. Louisville city officials are drafting a request for a declaration of emergency, which they say will be ready as soon as they receive the damage assessment numbers. Officials say they believe the damage will exceed $2.8 million, the minimum threshold for the state to make a declaration of emergency. MSD says its pumps are operating at full capacity. All 16 stations are in use, pumping water back into the Ohio River away from neighborhoods and business complexes. And Louisville Emergency Management says its crews had 55 water rescues between yesterday evening and this morning.
We can't stress enough that this is still a dangerous situation. When there's barricades out, do not drive around the barricades. Be careful rubbernecking and sightseeing and looking around, because just before you know it, you could be off the road and in quite a bit of water.
And Congressman John Yarmouth was also present at this news conference. He says his office will also be available to help people who need assistance during the recovery process. MSD crews have put up 5 flood closures along the river, and they're putting up another closure right now. And Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher says this is the wettest February in Jefferson County history. He continues to stress public safety. Again, if you are in an area that's flooded, try to get out, and if you aren't, try to avoid those flooded areas. Live in Louisville, Dennis Ting, WHAS 11 News.